Good evening, viewers. This is BVI Channel 1, and we are live on Political Review. Today, our focus will be on the Tribunal. And we're going to be talking about the three major aspects of the petition submitted by Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, and the Huddles the president-elect as announced by INEC. All right? The hurdles he had to face or scale through before being sworn in as the Nigerian president. But before we get down to business and before we bring in our team of analysts, Rino Omokri had given an insight following some of the things that happened, the dual citizenship, the drug cases, and also the issue of eligibility of Tinubu to contest for presidency. He has this to say, and I want you to listen to him. And when we come back, we will bring our team of analysts to join us in this conversation. We're not going to spend too much time on this program. I'll be right back.
Focusing on our court case, Reno Mokri, good morning and good to have you. I'm sure you have read the robust response from your principal, Atiku Abubakar, to the preliminary objections opposing the petition that he filed challenging Tinubu as winner of the election. Now, Tinubu, in his preliminary objection, described Atiku as a serial loser, which Atiku actually agreed to, but then he went further to label Tinubu all sorts, including accusations of perjury over his alleged dual citizenship status and drug-related records. I'd like your thoughts on that, and also, should your principal lose at the tribunal, do you think he would contest again and perhaps toe the path of American President Joe Biden, who has just announced his re-election bid at 80. He'll be 86 when he leaves office.
Well, on the specific issue, we're still in the election season, so of course you're going to have bombastic statements. So when you have Bola Tinubu making that kind of statement, it's going to be tit for tat. But if we focus on the issue, I think Bola Tinubu let's talk about the Ghanaian passport, for example. Now, with the Ghanaian passport, I'm not sure that that is an issue that we should put all our gunpowder to. Because if you look at the laws, of the United States, the United Kingdom, diplomatic passports can be issued to persons who are non-citizens. It's rare, but if you look at the Code of Federal Regulations, if you look at Title 22, I believe it's in Chapter 1, Subchapter 5, the United States can and has given diplomatic passports to non-citizens. Also, the United Kingdom, if you look at, currently, if you go on their site for the Home Office, they have given diplomatic passport to non-citizens. So the Vienna Convention allows it. So it makes a distinction. There are people that can be referred to as nationals, and there are people that are referred to as citizenship. That's why a lot of people don't know that the standard passport is actually stronger than the diplomatic passport. The diplomatic passport comes with a lot of limitations. So a country like Guinea, and I'm not speaking, I don't know the specifics of the situation. They could do all kinds of things. They could have given him that. What we should focus on at the tribunal, in my own opinion, is the fact that Bola Tinubu has links with the drug cartel. And according to our laws, and also according to the laws of the United States, when you forfeit money, it's taken as a conviction. So if I website, and I'm going to quote for it, asset forfeiture, and this is a quote, asset forfeiture is a form of penance for criminals. The word used is criminals. So that is what we should focus on, and we should be able to make our case before the tribunal that this man forfeited drug funds, and in Nigerian law and the United States law, those who forfeit are taken to be convicts. Now, that is a stronger case. A lot of people look at these things politically. Maybe because I have a master's of law in law and I schooled in the United Kingdom, I tend to look at it from a legal perspective. Our best point is to focus on this man's known drug past.
All right, Reno. I mean, the petitions are before the tribunal, and I understand the point that you are trying to make, focusing on certain allegations that are components of the petition. But
this is Political Review, and we are still on the program, live and direct. You can call 081045545 if you want to make your submission, while I try to bring our team of analysts who will be joining me in this conversation, as Nigerian people are looking up towards the election tribunal to kickstart any moment from now. What are the expectations of Nigerians, especially obedient Nigerians, who are looking forward to seeing mandate of their preferred candidate recovered? Talking about the Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi and Dati. All right. We are also going to be highlighting on the key major things that people are looking forward to receive answers from this tribunal. So I have a team of analysts who are already seated here, and they are going to be doing justice to what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the three major aspects of the petition submitted by Peter Obi against Tinubu, ranging from his drug connection, his case, his self-official of thousands of dollars, and also the dual citizenship that just cropped in, and people are talking about it, and the election itself proper, the mutilation of election result and malpractices. All of these are the hurdles that the INEC president-elect, as some of us would prefer to acknowledge him. So we have Ndubisi and Enugu. Ndubisi, please introduce yourself and quickly get onto business.
Yeah, hello, good evening, Tinubu.
Yeah, good evening.
And
It's good to have you guys back
yeah,
again.
good
It's
evening.
been a while on live program.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Thank you for the job you are doing.
Okay.
Please you've been giving people like us voice idols. So since you can't get to channel or Rice TV.
This is the people's channel. Yeah, their voice will be heard.
Yeah.
Okay, Ndubisi, forward march to what we are talking about. There are three major aspects of the petition, even the one that have not yet been officially announced as being part of the petition. People are looking at the eligibility of Tinubu to contest as the president. People are looking at the process of which the INEC conducted the election and announced Tinubu as the president-elect. And people are looking at so many other things, from the drug case to the dual citizenship and to the mutilation of results and the rest of them. Do you, in your opinion, think that Tinubu can scale through all of that as a layman, not just as a lawyer, because we are not legal people?
Yeah, Tinubu, sorry, as a layman, I can simply say that the case is loaded. And for the first time in Nigeria, the level of awareness, level of political awareness, political participation
Yeah.
is too high. At least for the ordinary person on the street, this is the first time, at least in my adult life, that I have seen the level of awareness being created, thanks to obedient movement, thanks to Peter Obi uh, fighting spirit. So, from what I can say on tribunal, tribunal uh, starting from Monday, I think it's from say that there is high hopes. People like me have high hopes that a lot of things will be opened to the public, because this election is a special one. People actually voted, and people actually came out and defended their vote. People actually expected INEC to play their own side of the game, but INEC publicly sold out. What I mean by publicly, over the time, INEC chairman had been promising Nigerians that right from polling station, election results will be transmitted to IREF portal. Many Nigerians had their mobile phone. Many young Nigerians that were part of that election have their Android phone. So they were counting the election and they have the numbers. On that day, that very day, the anointed day, INEC failed to transmit results live.
So,
And it will interest you to know that not just that INEC failed, or not just network issue, as most of us used to say, INEC deliberately decided to switch off the portal that will transmit presidential results. So many of us are waiting to see how INEC their non-performer or not non-performance, their inability to deliver as per promise, as what they promised Nigerians. So many of us are waiting to see how that would happen in tribunal. In other cases that you cited, like drug case, like Tinubu forging his results, that Tinubu should be disqualified. Well, let's wait for the tribunal. Let's wait until when it starts.
okay.
For the meantime, let me start.
All right. Let's bring in other people here. Let's start with I think Ozibo is here. Emeka Ozibo. Hello.
No, it's Obum. Obum is not Ozube.
Okay, it's Obum.
Obum and Olisa.
And Olisa. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with Obum. You're welcome to the program. Can you unmute yourself? You're on mute. Unmute yourself. It's not unmuting. I hope you are hearing what we're saying. Olisa, you can unmute. If you are listening, you can unmute. All right. Olisa, go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Chinedu and Mr. NBC. Concerning the tribunal, the case is quite scientific. It's quite scientific in the sense that the judges will look at the facts before them, weigh the evidences before them, without the petitioners and the respondents their own opinions in the case, and make that decision. So far, in a layman's understanding, the evidences against Tinubu is quite remarkable. I don't know, even in their replies, the APC replies, they've admitted that they did such, they did that, but they're trying to twist the case. They're trying to twist it based on technicalities. But we'll see how the court will be able to interpret their own replies, whether the replies based on technicalities, like in the instance of Tinubu's forfeiture, is $460,000 forfeiture of cocaine proceeds or drug proceeds, heroin proceeds. In their own reply, they said that it's a civil forfeiture. That the money that Tinubu is not guilty of the offense is the money that was inside the account. What I'm trying to say is that they're trying to obliterate Tinubu from the offense, but I'm trying to say, okay, because of his acquaintance with several drug lords, they used his account to be able to transfer proceeds of cocaine and heroin and all that. So, in their own understanding, Tinubu is not the actual drug trafficker, but maybe his friends and his colleagues used his bank accounts to be able to transfer proceeds of heroin and cocaine. And in the case of the 25% votes in Abuja, that one is quite clear. You know, I've met professors in political science, and they've already accounted that it's a clear mandate. It's a clear mandate. It's a very clear, and the judiciary, according to former Attorney General of the Federation, Andona, he said something that the courts have already made the Supreme Court have made a judgment in that case.
On that case, yeah. I think in 2008.
Yeah, on that case. Yes. So it's already in a standing order, and according to the legal proceedings, that any judgment by the Supreme Court has a binding effect to other lower courts. So I don't feel that the court have any other option than to stick with the constitutional mandate of who can become the president of Nigeria, except, and this is the exception here, except they are being bribed.
Sorry about that. We're losing you. We hope you have you back again. The network is taking our analyst off, but we're talking about the issues before the tribunal. I think you're back again. Go on.
Okay. So as I was saying, in summary, what the Supreme Court or what the courts can do currently is just to annul the election, because it's against the constitutional requirement to become. It's against the constitutional requirement for Tinubu to be announced the president of the country based on 25% of Abuja. I don't know why people should argue that 25% of Abuja, even before they will announce the full result. I told them that Tinubu did not get 25% in Abuja. Before they will announce Abuja's result, I knew Tinubu couldn't get 25% in Abuja because I had networks everywhere, right? So I knew that Tinubu couldn't get that 25% in Abuja, and I told them that if Tinubu cannot get 25% in Abuja, the constitution mandates some people to be able to get president. Before you announce president, you have to get 25% in Abuja. And the argument is Abuja is not special. Now, one argument is Abuja is special. Abuja, if they hijack Abuja, they've hijacked Nigeria. But if they hijack Lagos. They've not really hijacked Nigeria. If they hijack Alhambra, they've not hijacked Nigeria. So that's the summary.
Okay. All right, Obum. I don't know if Obum
Yeah.
is already seated to speak. I don't think so. Now we're talking about this the issue of these three major aspects of the petition, beginning with the drug-related connection of Tinubu and his account, which you already highlighted. The dual citizenship of a Guinea passport popping out, and also the process of which there are so many mutilation and evidence showing that INEC actually announced the result that is completely bogus. And just like you also mentioned that even the 25% in Abuja, he couldn't meet up with that. And we are looking at it all from the perspective that the tribunal is now on trial to deliver justice to the Nigerian people. And Olisa, you've just made your opinion that this election should be annulled and maybe a fresh election be conducted. And to me and to some people, I think they will think otherwise, that the actual winner of the election should be declared after duly forensic investigation and clarification of the entire election. The man or whomever that got that saw through all the constitutional provision to be announced as president should be announced as president and sworn in. And if that is the case, then we may not have what they call interim government, because what you're suggesting might lead to interim government. I think Obum is back. Hello, Obum.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. You're welcome back.
Yeah, I have an emergency. I need to attend to the emergency.
Okay.
But I'm back now.
All right, go on. What is your submission? Looking at the tribunal, we are focusing on the election tribunal. What are you expecting? Because very soon they are going to start sitting over the petition submitted by P2B, especially that person we are looking at.
Yeah, so I am expecting justice, and I wish the Nigerian Bar Association can approve for a live stream in the courtroom, so that the whole world and everybody can know the process, how the process is being done. So the corruption and injustice in this country. So we need to see how the process is being done. Justice must not be will not only be here but also be done. So that's what I'm expecting. And another thing is for the tribunal to say to stop Tinubu inauguration first, so that after the court judgment, then we will know the winner. Because if Tinubu gets to power, he can use the power to distract the tribunal. So I'm not confident with the Tinubu inauguration May 29. So that's my opinion.
Okay, thank you very much. I think doing that will actually need to I don't know the position of the law concerning having the handover suspended or put on the hold or maybe shifted. If that is the case, that means people are looking at the possibility of dealing with these tribunal cases before 29th. Whatever thing that should be discussed should be done with before 29th. And people are so worried that this thing is taking too much of a time before the tribunal is heard. From the time they will start sitting to the time of the handover is less than about 3 weeks. So
Yes.
that's just the biggest concern, except it is going to put Nigeria back again on the path of having an interim government while the litigation continues, pending when the litigation is done. And I can tell you that there is no provision, I don't know for sure, there is no provision for an interim government in the Nigerian constitution. And there is no provision, and there is no provision to trying to shift the day of the or suspending the inauguration. I know that the court can do that. I don't know, but let's get on with back to Ndubisi. Do you go with the opinion of Olisa, who is suggesting, I think Obum or Olisa, who was suggesting that the election should be annulled and a fresh one be conducted? Do you think that Nigeria should go back again into that process, considering the amount that was already spent and the energy?
No. Because okay, should I come in?
I'll ask you to be, so you can take that later.
Okay, for me, I suggest that it will be very difficult for the court to grant the amount of resources that was spent in the last election. So to conduct a new election will be very difficult for the judiciary to decide.
And
but
it will take a whole long time to conduct an election.
So I suggest that the judiciary should decide for the re-election of the polling unit that was not loaded in the Beavers area. Only the polling unit that was not uploaded. So that, because if you say the whole polling unit, it will be very difficult for the country and the judiciary to decide. So I think
they are focused more. I think they are focused more on the places where there are controversies, where there are issues.
Ballot snatching, violence, Beavers not uploaded, and such areas. But for the whole nation, it will be very difficult. But some of the polling units where there is one issue or the other, I think.
Now you didn't wait. Hang on. You didn't actually highlight on these three issues. Do you see Tinubu scale through the hurdle of the dual citizenship, because the constitution has a provision concerning that, and also we also talk about the drug-related. Can that be used to disqualify Tinubu at this stage, having passed through INEC screening, party screening, go through the election, being announced as president-elect? Do you think at the tribunal, with respect to the drug connection, do you think that is enough to annul him? Which area do you think that P2B has the greatest chance to get Tinubu out and recover his mandate?
Okay, the area P2B has a better chance and greatest charges about the drug trafficking, the Tinubu drug deal. Okay. Because in some of the interview I have listened, I have watched and listened to with so many intellectuals, they said Nigerian born citizen that have another country passport can also be eligible to be president because he was born in Nigeria, or else the person was not born in Nigeria. So that, so for me, I suggest that our main focus should be about the drug trafficking and the election malpractices. So that should be our and identity and certificate forgery. So this is the identity and the certificate school certificate forgery, and the drug trafficking is should be our main focus.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me bring in Obum, not Obum, Olisa. Hello, Lisa. We have someone else. Is it Henry? I think Henry is here. Come on, hang on, Olisa. Henry. I think Henry is here.
Hello.
Yeah, Henry.
Yeah, evening.
Yeah,
Yes.
good evening. Can we have your opinion with respect to what we are talking about? Do you think
Okay. Yeah.
do you think Tinubu has the chances of getting through the tribunal as P2B has petitioned?
Just like I keep saying before, the evidence are just overwhelming. It's so incontrovertible that it will take a miracle for Tinubu to overcome those petitions. But my prayer is that due to our Nigerian situation, that the so-called judiciary does not go to the point of trying to exercise loophole around technicality to knock out some of these valid points. I can assure everybody that in a sane and just society, Tinubu's prayers is dead on arrival, and Ado will be returned as president-elect because the evidence are just there, it speaks for itself. So that's my position for now.
So which of the ones should they focus their energy on? Is it on the issue of drug trafficking, or is it on the dual citizenship? Is it on the 25% in Abuja, or even the electoral malpractices and the announcement? Do you know that up till now that over 9,000 polling unit result is not yet found, and there are strong indications that these are the places where figures were seriously manipulated, and INEC couldn't defend that, and that's why it is missing. So where should they concentrate their energy on? And do you think that these litigations could be done before 29th of May?
If it's to, our system is not used to expedited adjudication on tribunal on other electoral issues. Don't understand, but I want to focus on the substance of the petition. If you have an overview of those petitions, line 1 is as important as line 5. All of them have their own merits. Do you understand? But for me, I would have thought that the issues of Shetima over double nomination, 25%, and issues around Tinubu's drug case are valid points that at Labour Party team need to really explore and find a way they can prove it beyond reasonable doubt, because they need to focus on the matter and make sure that there's no loophole that these guys can use to escape judgment. So these 3 selling points, I think you can nail if the learned judges are to be upright and do the needful.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Quickly, we're going to bring in Ndubisi and Enugu. Ndubisi, to give us your own, as a point of closing remark, because we don't want this program to take further too long, because this is just actually the first time we are getting back on our live program for a very long time. So we are just putting back our system together. Ndubisi, give us your own expectation and give us your closing remark from there, because we want to be wrapping up immediately.
Yeah, thank you, Chinedu. Court deals with evidence before the court. What we are doing here, we can only speculate. We can only assume that whom we believe got the highest number of votes casted should be declared, and that person is Peter Odu. But the bulk of the work or job is domiciled with Labour Party P2B legal team. And let me believe, or I do believe, that over the past 1 month, those Lego giants assembled by P2B have been working day and night trying to tighten the loose ends, dot all the I's and cross all the T's. They know how to get Jagabag. And as a matter of fact, I know the evidence is overwhelming. Evidence is overwhelming to nail Tinubu. But as usual, you can see him moving on about intimidating people, dishing out appointments, and before long, you know, his person, he believed that what money can do does not exist. There is nothing money cannot buy. Money can buy all the institutions. But Chinedu, as part of my closing remarks, let me remind us that the power of the people is greater than those few people in power.
Exactly.
Because people are standing up. Because people has been mobilized. Millions of working class and average people, middle classes in Nigeria and in diaspora are so interested in this so-called case that will kickstart on Monday. So whoever that is handling the case, should be very careful. It won't be business as usual. That is the point I'm making.
All right.
Ndị Igbo tụrụ n'ilu sị na oke adịghị eli ife onye mmụọ anya. Oke adịghị eli ife onye mmụọ anya. People are not sleeping. Their eyes are wide open. So there is no way the rats can corner anybody's food. That is why the APC team or side are bothered. They are really bothered. Now, one other thing, this issue of dual nationality, Chinedu, is not before the court. So the issue shouldn't come up. It's just on public discourse, debate. People are just talking about it.
But Atiku has amended against Tinubu.
It's not before the tribunal. I'm not aware that anybody has brought it before tribunal.
But Atiku has amended.
Okay, for Atiku, but I don't know of P2B.
No.
So, Obum, hold on.
Hold on, Obum. You have your time.
So the emphasis should be on the merit of the case, which is to say that the election results should be reviewed. Remember, P2B questioned the process that led to a Tinubu declaration as a president-elect.
Yeah.
So what P2B legacy should be doing now, what the experts hired should be doing, is to forensically go through the ballot papers and even the results uploaded on the portal. There are so many states, like I know of Benue State, the results uploaded on the portal does not concur with what INEC declared. The same thing with River State, the same thing with Lagos State. So, I mean, if P2B legal team if you do comprehensive work, you don't need other cases like drug or like a double nomination of Chechema and other things. Just go straight and recount those results. P2B will win straight. And that is my conviction, Chinele. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Indubisi, for your participation on today's program. Over to Obum. Olisa, you're going to be wrapping up. Or Henry, you're going to be wrapping up. Go on.
Okay. What me Indubisi said is put more about the process.
Okay, we had a very bad network issue, and we're wrapping it up on today's program. This is the political review. We had some network issues, and we got our team of analysts. Sorry, Obum, you're back again. Just a brief one and quick one. Let us wrap it up.
Focusing on our court case, Rena Mockery, good morning and good to have you. I'm sure you have read the robust response from your principal, Atiku Abubakar, to the preliminary objections opposing the petition that he filed challenging Tinubu as winner of the election. Now, Tinubu, in his preliminary objection, described Atiku as a serial loser. Which Atiku actually agreed to, but then he went further to label Tinubu all sorts, including accusations of perjury over his alleged dual citizenship status and drug-related records. I'd like your thoughts on that, and also, should your principal lose at the tribunal, do you think he would contest again and perhaps toe the path of American President Joe Biden, who has just announced his re-election bid at 80. He'll be 86 when he leaves office.
Well, on the specific issue, we're still in the election season, so of course you're going to have bombastic statements. So when you have Bola Tinubu making that kind of statement, it's going to be tit for tat. But if we focus on the issue, I think Bola Tinubu let's talk about the Ghanaian passport, for example. Now, with the Ghanaian passport, I'm not sure that that is an issue that we should put all our gunpowder to. Because if you look at the laws, of the United States, the United Kingdom, diplomatic passports can be issued to persons who are non-citizens. It's rare, but if you look at the Code of Federal Regulations, if you look at Title 22, I believe it's in Chapter 1, Subchapter 5, the United States can and has given diplomatic passports to non-citizens. Also, the United Kingdom, if you look at, currently, if you go on their site for the Home Office, they have given diplomatic passport to non-citizens. So the Vienna Convention allows it. So it makes a distinction. There are people that can be referred to as nationals, and there are people that are referred to as citizenship. That's why a lot of people don't know that the standard passport is actually stronger than the diplomatic passport. The diplomatic passport comes with a lot of limitations. So a country like Guinea, and I'm not speaking, I don't know the specifics of the situation. They could do all kinds of things. They could have given him that. What we should focus on at the tribunal, in my own opinion, is the fact that Bola Tinubu has links with the drug cartel. And according to our laws, and also according to the laws of the United States, when you forfeit money, it's taken as a conviction. So if I website, and I'm going to quote for it, asset forfeiture, and this is a quote, asset forfeiture is a form of penance for criminals. The word used is criminals. So that is what we should focus on, and we should be able to make our case before the tribunal that this man forfeited drug funds, and in Nigerian law and the United States law, those who forfeit are taken to be convicts. Now, that is a stronger case. A lot of people look at these things politically. Maybe because I have a master's of law in law and I schooled in the United Kingdom, I tend to look at it from a legal perspective. Our best point is to focus on this man's known drug past.
All right, Reno, the petitions are before the tribunal, and I understand the point that you are trying to make, focusing on certain allegations that are components of the petition, but
that is it. That is what the Reno Omokri of PDP got to say concerning what we're talking about, that the focus should be more on the drug case and other matters. He didn't really mention the 25%, I believe, because even PDP themselves knows that they didn't win the election. So Peter Obi should focus more on the 25%, the drug case, that of dual citizenship shouldn't be the case. So I'm back again with the analysts who are still on the studio. Obum, continue with your own summary and wrapping up on the program. Sorry about the cutoff because of the power outage.
Okay. So as I was saying before, my most fearing, the thing that is fearing me, my most fearing scared is that about the judiciary. The judiciary in our country have been compromised. So I pray that the chief judge, this is a free case.
I think we are losing you. Well, I think we're losing you on the network. And viewers, I think on this, we'll be wrapping up from here. Maybe some other time we'll have the opportunity to talk about these whole things. This is BVI Channel 1, and we're talking about Tinubu's drug case, the dual citizenship, and the entire electoral process, the result announced by INEC, all of that put together. Do you think that Tinubu is going to scale through all of that at the tribunal, as the tribunal is warming up to resume hearing on these petitions come next week? I'm Asuchinot Peters, and I'll keep you updated at all times. Keep watching, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing, and stay connected to the voice of the people. Till I come your way next time, I still remain Asuchinot Peters and committed to giving you a voice. Stay safe.